Why should I accept the rabbinic law? I understand believing in what God said himself to his people, but why should I follow what the rabbis added later? We started answering this question in our last segment and said that the rabbis' commentaries has never consisted of things that they just made up. Commentaries in the Jewish tradition come in two types. First of all, its explanations received directly from the author of the 5 books of Moses, Moses himself. Rabbis just wrote it down. Number two, what the rabbis learned from the information which is already given. We gave the example of Sodoku. On the board, some squares have numbers, others are empty. For each empty space, there can be only one correct answer. The Torah is built in a similar way. It is written in the most concise manner and provides only the necessary minimum of information, from which we can infer everything else that God wants us to understand. In most of discussions of Talmud, we find exactly this research. I'm often asked, why did the rabbis decide to interpret this verse in this very way? I answer as a Jew with a question. How serious are you about getting an answer? If you are ready to spend a couple of hours, then I can present this answer to you. And if people agree, I show them all the sources that explain every word. And I show them all places in Talmud that deal with various different interpretations of this verse. After this, it becomes clear that it is just impossible to understand this verse in any other way. You say, okay, I'm ready to accept the part of the commentaries that the rabbis learned from other places in the Torah, because every person can understand it on their own. But what about the received tradition? Why should I believe what some rabbis heard from other rabbis? Who said that it is even true? Good question. But let's look at the 5 books of Moses itself. Do you accept what's written there? If so, how do you extract information from there? Any book is written in a language. Language consists of words. You are told that the first sentence in the Torah is Bereshit bara Elokim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz, and it means in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. But how do you know that the word Bereshit means in the beginning? Maybe it means Old MacDonald, and the first verse of the Torah is Old MacDonald had a farm. Any language comes down to us only thanks to a tradition that we believe. Moses did not write any dictionaries. The only source of information about what each word means is tradition. In order to read any ancient text, we must rely on knowledge of the language, which has only one source: tradition. Therefore, a person who truly doesn't accept our tradition will not be able to read even the first sentence of the 5 books of Moses. A man once came to Rabbi Akiva and said, "Please teach me Torah, but only the 5 books of Moses. I don't believe in the tradition written by the rabbis." Rabbi Akiva agreed, and so that he could read the Torah, began teaching him Hebrew letters. This is Aleph, this is Bet. The next day, Rabbi Akiva began with the review. He points to Aleph and says, "This is Bet." He points to Bet and says, "This is Aleph." "You are laughing at me," the student exclaimed. "Yesterday, you taught me everything the other way around." "Well," said Rabbi Akiva, "you don't believe in the tradition passed down by the rabbis. the letters are part of this very tradition.